time for Weekly Pulse, your heartbeat to what's trending in sports. Welcome to Weekly Pulse. I'm your host, Mackenzie Salmon. Sports fans rejoiced this week after the NFL kicked off its 2020 season, and we packed this week's episode full of football fun. New Orleans Saints wide receiver Emmanuel Sanders stops by to talk about everything from playing with future Hall of Famer Drew Brees to stepping into a bigger role with teammate Michael Thomas dealing with an injury. I saw your Instagram video. I think we're going to pull it up. It was after your guys' win against the Bucks. Okay, here we go. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to know who's the best dancer on your team, because it looks like y'all were pretty lit after the game.
Oh, man, that's tough. I really haven't seen too many guys dance as terms of just getting down. But as you can see right there, it got to be Jameis Winston because he's crip walking at the end of the scene. Yeah, so there's Jameis right there he's doing a line country dance / crip walk. So just for that combination of dances, I got to give it to him.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But no, week one was amazing. And I think everyone knew how good Sean Payton was at coaching, but this season opener really showed how solid this team is and how the coach is. And you've been on some great teams in the past. How do you compare this team to the Super Bowl squads you've been on?
I think we got every piece to make the run and win it all. And I say that confidently. So obviously that comparison right there lets you know how I feel about this team and the previous teams that I've been on. You know, I look at this team and I say from a secondary standpoint, we got all the pieces that we need in secondary. We got all the pieces on defense that we need. Offensively, we got so many guys. And so it just goes to show how much depth we got on this team. And from a coaching standpoint and from a quarterback standpoint, we got all the pieces. But, I tell guys all the time, I've been on Super Bowl teams. And truthfully, when you want to go to the Super Bowl, you gotta make the necessary plays, but also you gotta have a little bit of luck as well.
I know you're on a new team and you're focused on this year, but I do want to know, how often do you think about that play on 3rd and 10 with just over 1:30 left to go?
I don't think about it anymore. I'm past it.
Oh, really? Is that right?
Yeah, I haven't thought about it for a long time until I did NFL First Take this morning. And every time I go in there, either Mac's gonna bring it up or Stephen A gonna bring it up. And I told him, I said, dude, is that what I'm known for these days? And so I guess it is. People still haven't let that go. But I went from hero to zero. And so it's one of those situations that I was never the hero anyway. So I'm cool with being a zero. So it is what it is, right? And it was just Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs time.
Heading into week 2, you guys play Monday Night Football, opening the new stadium in Las Vegas. And obviously Michael Thomas is dealing with his ankle injury. Do you have that man-up mentality? And how does your mindset personally change if he can't go in or if he's less than 100%?
Yeah, I mean, my mindset, it doesn't change. Because every single game I go in and I say, I want to make my plays. And when I say make my plays, anytime the ball's thrown to me, I want to make my plays. And so if Mike's not playing, then if the ball's coming to me more, I want to make my plays. I want to do my part, and I want to win the game. And I don't always have to be the guy, It's more of a we than me. But for the collective group of we, I have to do my job whenever it comes time for me to do my job, and I'll be ready for that opportunity if it comes.
One thing that I think is really cool about you is that not every player can say they've had a chance to play alongside legendary quarterbacks like Peyton Manning, Big Ben, Drew Brees. I want to know, what qualities can you say you see in each of them that really set them apart from other quarterbacks in the league?
Consistency. These guys are the same guys every single day, and they're huge. Everybody that I've been around that's great, they have a routine, and they follow that routine daily, every day. And that's what I mean by consistency. Every day they follow their routine, they do their routine. Even from Mike Thomas, I was telling her, I was like, dude, you're a routine guy. Mike Thomas, when he shows up to the game, he shows up to the game at the exact time. He does the exact stretch, the exact thing, even at practice. And that was the same thing with Peyton. If you hear anybody else speak about Peyton, Peyton almost had the same routine for 18 years straight. Like, if it was 3:30 on the dot, you would know exactly where Peyton Manning is at 3:30 on the dot.
Yeah.
And they followed that routine. They got into their routine. They found their routine. And that's the reason why over time, that routine made them great. Because greatness is not something that happens overnight. Greatness is something that happens over time. And so that's what Drew is as well. He's consistent with what he does. He's consistent with his approach. And he knows how to get himself going. And it's been working for him.
So can you tell me about the Tide Hygienic Clean Jersey Swap and how that works?
Yeah, so, the NFL has pretty much banned the whole jersey swap after games because of the coronavirus situation. So the Tide and NFL has came together to, create a plan. The Hygiene Tide campaign that pretty much allows players to jersey swap after the game, but not directly, more indirectly in terms of go to the locker room and sign the jersey and then send it over to that player. So this week it's me and Chris Godwin, and I was excited about that because I got a lot of respect for Chris Godwin and the way that he goes about his business and the way that he plays. You want to talk about a player that hopped on the scene last year and just went crazy, and it reminds me a lot of myself, not about how he plays, but just what occurred to him, because the same thing happened to me in 14. And so he's a player, definitely here because of Tide and the NFL, and be able to do this jersey swap. So it's just amazing.
That does it for this week's episode of Weekly Pulse. Time to rinse and repeat as we have yet another huge NFL weekend in store. Can the Seahawks hold off the Patriots without their 12th man? Can our new pal Emmanuel be the big play target Drew Brees needs to topple the Raiders in Vegas? We'll have to wait and see. Until then, I'm Mackenzie Salmon. Thank you for watching. Hey sports fans, if you want to see more videos like this, check out some of our other ones right here. And if you like what you see, make sure to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more from USA Today Sports.